close to 6 o'clock. At this time, I'll call the regular meeting of the Perry City Council for December the 7th, 2021 to order. We have a quorum. Item 3 on our agenda is invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. If you can or will stand, Dr. Albrecht will lead us in the invocation, and Ms. Cruz will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the Christmas season, Father. Help us to slow down and reflect on why we celebrate the season. I thank you, Lord, for the city of Perry. I just pray that you can guide us during this meeting. Give us wisdom as we make decisions about the city and about the citizens of Perry. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 4 on our agenda is recognitions and presentations. Item 4A are introductions by Chief Lynn. Chief, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Mayor and Council, as you know, we've been trying to hire some people, and we wanted to show you some of the results of that tonight. First is Jeffrey Tarver. Come on up. I think he's got some special guests with him. So I've talked to you from time to time about how critical our part-time employees are. They keep us from having single points of failure and are essential to making our operation work. Well, Jeffrey fills one of those slots. He's part-time evidence technician, and he is originally from Decatur, Georgia, and he's a graduate of Columbus State University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in public administration, and he's working on his doctorate. For 5 years, from 2008 to 2013, he worked with the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice, where he served in various capacities, including the supervision, corrections, and tactical response teams. He is now employed full-time at Middle Georgia State University in Macon, where he serves as a lecturer of criminal justice, although he mostly does that remotely these days with the change in environment. He's the founder of Life League Incorporated, which is a nonprofit organization that incorporates life skill courses with sports and activities, and he's the proud father of these two great-looking kids, 8-year-old Jeffrey Jr. and 1-year-old Charlie. So this is Jeffrey Tarver, this council.
Welcome to our group. We're glad to have you. We appreciate all that you do each day.
Well, yeah, I just want to say thank you to the council and mayor, and it's a pleasure to work for the city of Perry and Chief Lynn, so thank you, man.
Thank you. And Stephanie, if you'll come forward, please. We let Stephanie slip by because she started with us in March, and she started on Tuesday and went to the academy on Friday. So she's been in a whirlwind ever since that. She went through the academy, did a great job there, and went through her field training and has passed that. And now she's loose on society with a gun and badge, and she's doing a fine job there. Well, that's true, right? So Stephanie was born and raised in Macon, Georgia, and she married and moved overseas after high school. Now she's a single mom of 3 boys, 15, 12, and 8, and I've met them all, and I think they'll probably keep her running. In her spare time, she does enjoy running, which I guess is an extension of that. Time in the gym, playing golf, and playing sports with her boys. She takes pride in her work ethic and the ability to work with anyone. In her position as patrol officer with Perry PD, she understands it cannot be accomplished without teamwork and being able to communicate with her partners. She does a really good job. She made a traffic stop here recently with another officer that headed trafficking and methamphetamine arrests and people from out of town, and seized $22,000 in cash. And so she's doing a good job for us out there every day. We realized when we were putting together the 4 newest ones for introduction that we had not brought her in front of the Mayor and Council. We wanted to correct that. So Stephanie Leonard, Officer Stephanie Leonard.
Thank you.
We're delighted to have you on our force. Thank you for what you do every day to keep the citizens of Perry safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Come on, guys. So, this is our next academy class, so I'm just going to bring them up all at the same time. And y'all just raise your hands while they can picture something. This group will all be starting the academy together the first week of January. They'll be going to the mandate training up at Public Safety Training Center at the site. And they'll have an opportunity for 11 weeks to bond, to work together. So when they come back after graduate academy, they'll already be teammates. And they're working right now with some preliminary training before they get to go to the academy. So first is Britt Davis, born in Macon, Georgia, but lived most of his life his young life in Byron. Pretty young still. But worked at Cleveland Tree Farm there until from the time he was sophomore to a senior. Went to work on Robbins for 3 years, I think, with a contractor. He likes to hunt, fish, play golf, and go to church. Prides himself on his ability to work with others and to lead others as well. And he also understands the importance of teamwork and that this job is not possible to do without him. So if it's okay with you, Mayor, we'll go through all 4 of them.
That'll be fine, thank you.
So Jessica Lane, not the actress, but the author. Jess is a cum laude graduate of the University of North Georgia with a bachelor's in criminal justice. She's a member of Alpha Phi Sigma National Honor Criminal Justice Society, and she has interned with both sheriff's and district attorney's offices, and has worked as a victim advocate with domestic violence issues for victims. She was a behavioral health counselor at Lee Arendelle State Prison prior to coming here. And she's the wife and mom to 2 beautiful children, and feels that her life experiences combined with her educational background make her well-suited for the position along with women. So Jessica Lane, counsel. Carter Morris. Carter was born and raised in Douglas County. His mother's a substitute teacher and his father is a firefighter. While in high school, he worked with his grandfather's car dealership and got to love that business, and which led him into a career until most recently making a change in the auto industry. Came into contact with a number of police officers. He's got an uncle who's a police officer, and that kind of led him to explore this as a career. He's engaged to be married, and he's looking forward to working with Perry-ga. And finally, least but certainly not last, right there you are, Kobe Pickering. Kobe graduated from Lemon Bay High School, but I don't know where that's at.
Englewood, Florida.
Okay, Florida. And did join the Army as a forward observer, which is a combat position. Spent the majority of his Army career at Fort Carson, Colorado, which is where we recruited him from. And he was a grenade instructor at Fort Knox, Kentucky. I don't know if we'll have a lot of call for that, but it's good to know somebody that knows how to do that. And he's done it successfully with 10,000 candidates or cadets. Didn't blow any of them up, and they didn't blow him up, obviously. So, Kobe and his wife Abigail have 1 child that was just born in October of 21, and
very much for choosing the Perry Police Department for your career. We think that it's the most outstanding department in the Southeast, and I continually hear that from the police chief over in LaGrange. Tells me that on a regular basis, so we're delighted to have you, and we'll be thanking you for what you do each and every day in our community, so glad to have you.
Do y'all have anything to say?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank y'all for the opportunity for us to come here and learn and grow and be a part of the community.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So this is Officer Antonio Scott, and he's up here tonight because of a call that he answered a week or so ago. And it's one of those inquiries you get like, so why was your officer out of jurisdiction with a bullet? I'm like, no. So, fortunately, when we looked into it, what had happened, what had him southbound on I-75, north of our jurisdiction, was that he had answered a call for assistance at the Walmart at exit 136. And a stranded motorist, fellow from New York, traveling to Florida, and ran out of gas. Southbound on I-75, called a ride down to Walmart, went in and bought a gas can, then called 911 and said, my vehicle's stranded, can y'all help me? Antonio answered the call, went and met with the fella, took him to get gas, and then took him up the interstate. He come to find out he was up at exit 139, not 138. But anyway, he went up, looped around, parked behind it, turned on the lights so the guy wouldn't get run over when he's put gas in his car, made sure it cranked up and got him on his way, and then came back to town. And so it's just an example of the kind of service that our officers give to the community. We had a thing on Facebook recently, also in regards to Antonio, where he saw a mom with a small son that was looking at him, and he went out of his way to go over and get down on his level and talk to him. And she wrote us a very complimentary thing about how that made her son's day, for him to come take time away from what he was doing and connect with him, on his level. So we also got Antonio out of the Army. He went through the academy on his own, or the GI Bill's time, and then one of our instructors was teaching at the academy where he went over to Savannah and recruited him to come tour with us. And it's been a great partnership so far, and we look forward to him doing great things in the future. Antonio Scott.
We really appreciate you going the extra mile and getting out and helping people, and it's very, very important. With our community policing policy, you're a perfect example of that, and we truly appreciate what you do every day. Comments?
Thank you. Just want to thank everybody for the opportunity to work here.
And that's all.
I think. Thank you, Chief. Item 4C is the introduction of Ms. Alicia Hartley, our new special events coordinator. Ms. Perkins.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I have with me tonight Ms. Alicia Hartley, who is our new special events coordinator with the City of Perry. Alicia comes to us originally from St. Simons Island, Georgia. That is where she was born and raised. And then she went to university at Mercer, where she got her bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing and communications. So she has lots of usable skills for our department to benefit from. I also get to say something that Chief Lynn and Chief Parker get to say all the time, where we stole her from Centerville. So she was the special events coordinator for the City of Centerville since 2018. A lot of the vendors that we work with, a lot of the events that we have, she has a lot of really usable experience. So she is able to hit the ground running with our department. And Alicia says that she enjoys the excitement and community relations that come from working special events. So we are excited to help her grow in her career and excited to see what she will bring not only to our department, but to the city of Perry.
Thank you all for the opportunity. I'm really excited to get started on the 2022 event season.
We're glad to have you, and I don't think I'm in the doghouse, because John did call and talk to me last night. So you got somebody asked me when they saw your name to start with, and they wanted to know if you were kin to John Hartley, and I said, no, there's a T in the name. So I said, I don't think so, but we're delighted to have you. Council?
Well,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're delighted to have you. 11D is the proposed 2022 special events calendar. Ms. Turpin.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So tonight we are submitting to you our proposal for the 2022 special events calendar. We have met with our community partners. We have met with different departments within the City of Perry, as well as City of Perry leadership, and discussed some of the things that we would like to see changed, added, improvised for the 2022 special event season. So you have before you the 2022 calendar as we have proposed it. I welcome any questions, concerns that you all might have, and what we are asking for tonight is approval to move forward with the dates as proposed so that we can start making bookings and start making plans.
Questions, Councilman? Here again, do we need to have a vote on this, or is it just a vote? At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the events calendar as it has been presented. Motion is second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. The event calendar was approved unanimously. Thank you very much. We'll look forward to enjoying the next 12 months. Maybe we won't have an interruption.
Knock on wood. Yes, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you for all the hard work.
Thank you.
Item 5 is the community partner updates. Is there any community partners here this evening that would like to address Mayor and Council at this time? Community partner.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here on behalf of Main Street Advisory Board. I just want to make sure you all know about a couple events coming up. This weekend is our second installment of Story Walk. This is an event that's in partnership with the Houston County Board of Education. This weekend's book is the Sweet Smells of Christmas. So you can go around downtown just like you were in October and read different pages. You'll see them all along downtown. You'll actually start at 1005 Jernigan Street, and each page will tell you where to go to next. So we're excited about implementing a new route for Story Walk, and then we'll see what happens for the next one we have coming next year. And then on the following week, the 18th, it's a Saturday, is our Jingle Bell Rock. I hope you all will join us downtown on the new City Hall lawn, Old Courthouse lawn for Jingle Bell Rock. We'll have a DJ, lots of Christmas music, we'll have glow sticks and all sorts of things. And our restaurants and establishments will be open late that evening, and you'll be able to get cool Christmas treats downtown, as well as a really cool photo booth as well.
And what time frame was that?
That'll be from 4 to 8 p.m. on the 18th.
On the 18th. Questions, Council? We look forward to participating.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Is there any other community partner here this evening that would like to address council at this time? Thank you. Item 6 are citizens with input. Is there any citizens here this evening that would like to address mayor and council at this time? Yes, sir. Would you come up and state your name and address, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. My name is Robin Jackson. I'm from the city of Perry, Georgia. Appreciate you. And I just wanted to come and tell the mayor and to the members of the city council, and I'm sure other that was involved, that we really appreciate the sign that you all put out on James Street honoring the Houston Indians, 1969 state champions. And I just want to say I really appreciate that, being one of the members of that team, the starting center for all who may not know me. And I really do appreciate that you put it also by the A.B. Redmond. Many of you probably do not know who A.B. Redmond was, but he was the first principal of Houston, at that time, Houston County Training School. It was later named Houston High School. And again, I just want to say, I know many times you probably say people come up with complaints, but I want to come up to you thanking you all for our job well done. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm just delighted that you made the picture. You almost, just a few more minutes, but we're delighted that you were there.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Appreciate the comments. It's a nice tribute to that team. Is there any other citizens that would like to address mayor and council at this time? Thank you. Item 7 is a public hearing. The purpose of this public hearing is to provide any interested parties with an opportunity to express their views and concerns in accordance with OCGA Section 36-66-4. This public hearing is now open. Item 7A in our public hearing is a special use, special exception 269-2021. The applicant is Michael Brown. Request a special exception to allow a parking lot. The property is located at 938 Genie Street. The tax map number is 0P0260082000. Mr. Wood?
Thank you, Mayor, Mayor, and Council. This request is for a special exception to establish a parking lot on property at 938 Genie Street. The parking lot will be used as part of a trash collection business where the trash will not be brought to the site according to the applicant, but only to store the vehicles associated with that. The property is in a area defined as neighborhood mixed use, and therefore parking lots are permitted in that to be considered by special exception. The property is a 0.45 acre site, which was previously used as a towing service. It is surrounded with a 6-foot tall chain link fence, and there are 2 gates providing access to Genie Street. And the applicant is also requesting that the parking lot be gravel rather than paved. In reviewing the standards associated with the special exception, there are no covenants that staff is aware of that would prohibit this use from moving forward. Number 2, whether does the special exception follow the existing land use pattern. There are a mix of uses in the area. The zoning classification is for mixed use commercial land. The property is approximately 430 feet. I should say the commercial uses along Courtney Hodges Boulevard are approximately 430 feet deep along the east side of the corridor, and this property falls within that area. There are a mix of uses, including retail, restaurant, and service uses. All of the surrounding properties are zoned neighborhood mixed use and include to the north small engine and automobile repair shops, to the south the Perry self-storage facility, to the east a single-family residence, and to the west is the S Deli and Wings restaurant. Number 3, will the special exception have an adverse effect on the comprehensive plan? The character area map from the 2017 joint comprehensive plan identifies the property as in-town corridor. I guess I should be trying to include these aerials and so forth as well. The character area map identifies long strips. The character area identifies this as long strips of commercial development. The comprehensive plan notes that redevelopment of older commercial areas within within the character area should be a priority instead of new commercial development further away. Number 4, will adequate fire, police, and police protection be available? And use of the property as a parking lot should not have substantial impact on those services. Number 5, will the proposed use of the be of such location, size, and character that it is not detrimental to surrounding properties? The proposed use should not be more intense than existing surrounding uses. A landscape buffer is not required by the ordinance between the proposed use and the adjacent single-family residence. However, we believe a buffer would reduce the negative impact of the proposed use on the adjacent residence. Gravel parking is inconsistent with the surrounding developments. Number 6, will the use interfere with normal traffic patterns in the neighborhood, including pedestrian and vehicular? The proposed parking lot should not cause inappropriate interference with the normal pedestrian and vehicular traffic in the neighborhood. Number 7, will the use result in an increase in population density overtaxing public facilities? The proposed parking lot will not have an impact on public facilities. Number 8, will the use create a health hazard or public nuisance? The proposed use is a parking lot and is not expected to create a health hazard or public nuisance. Use of gravel as the pavement surface could cause dust to settle on adjoining properties. Number 9, will property values in the adjacent area be adversely affected? The development of a parking lot should not adversely affect the value of properties in the area. And number 10, are there substantial reasons of permitted use cannot be used on this property? The subject property is not located on and does not have visibility from General Court and Hodges Boulevard. Investment in this corridor has been very limited. Both the staff and the Planning Commission recommended approval of this request with 2 conditions. Number 1, the parking lot must be paved with asphalt or concrete. And number 2, a landscape buffer complying with one of the options in section 6-3.5 of the Land Management Ordinance must be installed along the property line for the entire length of the parking lot adjacent to the single-family residence to the east. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have of me.
Questions, Councilman? Thank you, Mr. Wood. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this application? Yes, sir. Would you come forward and give us your name and address, please?
Greeting, Mayor, everybody. Thanks for having me. Michael Brown, 2308 Fort Valley, Georgia. And I'm the one, and my wife are the one with the property. And I would really want to come here, and as Mr. Wood said, that when we've been had this property for a long time, and we've been watching it, and sometimes you know when you want to do right, but you just don't know the way of going by. And I think what happened when I presented, because I kept it clean, and pecan trees on it, and they were hanging over, so we went through and cut those down just to be the safety for the rest of the community. The buildings, the roofing company next to it, didn't want anything on it, but I think what kind of, the name of what I said, because I want the farmer to go by the thing by doing it right. So I'm like, well, even though we had the property for some time, and we did not just want to park my pickup truck or a 14-foot trailer on the land and not know. Because one thing I got to say about here, y'all are on point. About y'all have no mess going around here when it comes to the beauty of the town and everything. Your crew, y'all on point with that, and I respect that. So we was like, well, I don't want to go there and park my stuff, even though it was our land. I just wanted to know, could we park there? So I'm like, we think like, well, because we have a business in town too, a slum. We have a slum downtown here. So we want to do what's right. And doing what is right, our ways may not look right, look wrong sometimes, but it's what's right. So we say, well, we just get us a business license. Now remember now, we already had this property we've been paying on, and I probably could have eased on just park the truck when nothing been said. But I didn't want to take that chance. We provide service to people, and we don't want a bad name. So I said, well, I'm gonna come up with just a business name to, you know, to present it to the people, so we can try to be in line. But I just had to come. I came up with a business name because I thought, without knowing, but I seek help to get understanding. If you don't know, you seek understanding. So I came down to talk to Mr. Woods and everybody, his crew, and find out, like, well, I couldn't do it, but I was just trying to tell them that I just wanted to come up with a name because I thought it was the right thing to do before I parked my regular pickup and have my wife fussing because I'm parking a trailer and everything is looking scattered around the house. I said, well, I got this problem, I'm just gonna park my stuff over here. And that's how we came to this, to where I'm standing at right now. But I don't mean no harm about anything, about trying to overdo anything like that. I just wanted to go at it the right way. Just so when somebody do come up and see my stuff parked over there, everything be legit. And I don't mind putting down, you know, because it's going to make the community look better. Anything you can do to make the community look better, you want to be part of that. So that's what I'm about. And I don't mind putting down the buffer. And I don't mind, you know, putting down asphalt, like you said. But I just went and spent money cutting down the trees first because that was safe. Grass is there already. So I would follow the rules, and I got to follow the rules now because if not, I'm to make myself public. And I got no choice but to follow the rules. So I thank you all for this time, and I hope that I can get my business license.
Well, thank you for coming in and addressing us. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor of this applicant? Thank you. Is there anyone here that would like to speak against this or in opposition of this application? Thank you. Item 7B is an annexation 291-2021. The applicant is Keith Newton. Request the annexation and rezoning of property from R-2 County Single-Family Residential District to R-1 City Single-Family Residential District. The property is located at 90 Amherst Street. The tax map numbers are 00053004600 and 00053005900. Mr. Wood.
Thank you, Mayor. As you mentioned, this is a request to annex these two parcels, totaling 2.07 acres of land. They're located on Amherst Street and Gibson Circle, just to the north of the Woodmeagle subdivision. The applicant is requesting that the property be zoned R1, single-family residential. Both of the lots meet that minimum lot size requirement, and the intent, as I understand it, is to build two single-family homes, each with a separate driveway onto either Amherst Street or Gibson Circle as appropriate. I would like to, before I go over the criteria here, just point out to you that this parcel was subdivided, and the applicant did speak to adjoining property owner, and there is, you can see a sort of rhombus, I guess, shaped parcel directly above that with a zero. That and the property directly adjacent to that was part of the original parcel. And upon discussing this with the adjoining property owner, the applicant has made some modifications to that. And it shows up on the maps that you have on the screen tonight. There is one plan in your packet that did not show that modification that was made before the application was filed. So I just wanted to point that out. These maps do show exactly what is being annexed want to make that clear. This is the modification that was not in your packet. In reviewing the standards for establishing a zoning classification as part of annexation, number one is the existing land uses and zoning classifications of nearby properties. Properties to the north are zoned RAG in the county with single-family land use. Property to the south is PUD, planning and development in the city, and that is the existing Wooden Eagle subdivision. To the east is County R1 with existing single-family homes, and to the west is County RAG, also with existing single-family homes. Second criterion is describe how uses permitted in the proposed district are compatible with the area and development of surrounding properties. The proposed district, zoning district, is compatible with the surrounding uses. The primary land use of the surrounding properties are single-family residential, and this zoning classification does only allow, by right, single-family detached residential. Number three, describe why the proposed zoning district will not adversely impact the use of surrounding properties. Proposed zoning district and residential development are similar to the uses of surrounding property. The applicant states that the proposed R1 zoning district represents an improved zoning classification over what is currently zoned in the county. Number four, describe how the proposed zoning district is consistent with the comprehensive plan. The subject property is located in the suburban residential character area as outlined in the 2017 Joint Comprehensive Plan. The proposed zoning district is consistent with that plan and is suggested development pattern of with the location of higher density residential near arterial roads. Number five, describe how the proposed zoning district will not cause an excessive burden upon existing public facilities and services. The proposed district will not cause an excessive burden on existing public facilities with regard to infrastructure. Water and sewers, sanitary sewer service is currently available at the subject property as it is contiguous to the Wooden Eagle subdivision, which already is served by the city of Perry water and sewer service. All applicable local, state, and federal regulations must be met. With regard to roads, the primary roads impacted as a result of the proposed development are Amherst Street and Gibson Circle, and both of these streets have adequate capacity to serve the proposed development. With regards to schools, staff is not aware of any issues relating to capacity of educational facilities resulting from the proposed development. Criterion number six, describe any other existing or changing conditions affecting the use of the property which support approval of the requested zoning. The applicant states that the proposed development will be supported by existing utilities provided by the city of Perry. The staff and the planning commission both recommended approval of the annexation of the R1 zoning classification. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have of me.
Questions, council members? This application. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wood. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this application this evening? Yes, sir. Would you please come forward and give us your name and address?
Mayor and Council, my name is Walton Wood. I live at 426 Sandifer Road. I own 426 and 428 Sandifer Road in that little rhomboid that's on the top of those red square there. When Mr. Newton came up with this plan, he is the first developer, in my knowledge, that ever came and talked to a landowner out there and said, I want to do this and I need your support. So tell me what it will take to get your support. And Becky and I both said just treat us fairly. The next thing I know, Mr. Newton and the Ace Corporation are donating us a length of a 50-foot wide strip along that his north property line there green space and a 50-foot buffer of isolation from his REG, City of Perry property. And he asked for our support, and he and his project manager, Valerie Thomas, who's sitting over there by Becky, have made several trips out to talk to us and explain to us what we want to do, or what he wants to do, and we fully endorse that. And we have no objection to his putting that property in the City of Perry and making it R1 or whatever he wants to make it. Also, I would like to address your community planner, Mr. Brian Wood, and his assistant Holly. When we had a question about that little Romboid property there before that property line got straightened out, we called him and asked him if we could come and talk to him. He welcomed us into his office, both of them did, and they sat down and listened to what we had to say. And he said, we have that under control, just give us time, and when it comes to the council, it will be cleared up, and as you can see, it is. So we appreciate Mr. Wood and his assistant, and we appreciate Keith Newton and his project manager, Valerie Thomas, and they're welcome out there anytime they want to come, and we fully endorse what they want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Appreciate the comments. Is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor of this application? If you could give us your name and address, please.
My name is Valerie Thomas. I work for Keith Newton and Newton Development, and just want to say that I'm here and in favor of the application, and also just echo those sentiments. Appreciate Mr. Wood stepping up, Mr. Waltwood stepping up for his support. They were equally as kind in working through this, and its neighbors are important. So thank you to Becky and Walt for that, and also similarly to Brian Wood for welcoming and keeping an eye into his office for this and many other times that we have questions. So thank you.
Could we also have your business address for the record, please?
Our business address.
Or an address that you...
Any address?
Any address.
The Newton address is 3528 Highway 41 North in Paving.
Okay. Thank you. We need that for the record, and we appreciate it. Is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor of this application? Thank you. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in opposition of this application? Thank you. Item 7C is an Annexation 292-2021. The applicant is Chad Bryant Engineering, LLC. Request the annexation and rezoning of property from R-AG County Agricultural Residential District to R-1 City Single Family Residential District. The property is located on House Lake Road. The tax map number is 0008101080000. Mr. Wood.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This request is for annexation of a 1.78 acre parcel of land on Houston Lake Road, just to the south of Houston Lake. The applicant is requesting a zoning classification of R1 Single Family Residential District, and the intended purpose of this is to construct one single family residence on this property. The applicant is requesting this annexation for the opportunity to connect to the city sewer, since this property will not work with a septic tank. There are no covenants and restrictions on the property which would preclude the uses permitted in the proposed zoning district. In reviewing the 6 standards for establishing a zoning classification as part of an annexation, number 1 is the existing land uses and zoning classification of nearby properties. To the north, the property is zoned RAG, which includes an undeveloped parcel and Houston Lake. To the south is County R1, which is single-family residential, used for single-family residential. To the east is County RAG. We'll try to remember to do these items, which is undeveloped, and To the west is County R1, which is a single-family home. The property is contiguous to the city by the fact that the right-of-way for House and Lake Road is in the city. Number 2, describe how uses permitted in the district are compatible with the uses and development of surrounding properties. The proposed zoning district is compatible with the surrounding uses. Primary land use of the surrounding properties is single-family residential. Nearby properties are either developed as single-family or zoned for future residential development. Number 3, describe why the proposed zoning district will not adversely impact the use of surrounding properties. The proposed zoning district and residential development are similar to the uses of surrounding property. The applicant states that the proposed zoning is similar to nearby residential subdivisions and is similar in size to the neighboring tracts. Number 4, describe how the proposed zoning district is compatible with the comprehensive plan. The subject property is located in the suburban residential character area as outlined in the 2017 Joint Comprehensive Plan and therefore consistent with that plan. Number 5, describe how the proposed zoning district will not cause an excessive burden on existing public facilities and services. The proposed zoning district will not cause an excessive burden to those facilities. With regard to infrastructure, water and sanitary sewer service will need to be established at the subject property in order for the proposed development to occur. The applicant will be responsible for the cost associated with that. All applicable local, state, and federal regulations shall be met. With regard to roads, the primary road impacted as a result of the proposed development is House and Lake Road. House and Lake Road has been identified as an arterial and has adequate capacity to serve the proposed development. With regard to schools, staff is not aware of any issues relating to the capacity of educational facilities resulting from the proposed development. Number 6, describe any other existing or changing conditions affecting the use and development of the subject property which support approval of the requested zoning classification. The applicant states that the proposed development as a single-family home will be similar to the surrounding properties. Both the planning staff and planning commission recommended approval of this request with one condition, and that is that establishing water and sanitary sewer service at the subject property is required at the owner's expense. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have of me.
Council members, any questions? Thank you, Mr. Wood. Is there anyone here this evening that would like to speak in favor of this application? Thank you. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in opposition to this application? Thank you. This public hearing is now closed.
Chairman, over here.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me a second. I would like to also recommend that we take a look and see on whether it might be viable to include some of the conditions that the county has specified for this.
Yes, sir.
I don't know necessarily where we need to, but I would not want us to somehow get into some conflict with the county over that. As far as I know, I don't believe that the Planning Commission has any issues with the conditions that the county is requiring. In other words, I want to make sure that the applicant is totally aware of all the issues that are going to be involved in that. As you may remember, we had the earlier discussion. At least in my opinion, there's a significant difference between the initial price that the petitioner has been given for the extension of that sewer line compared to what our staff people are estimating.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I would recommend that we incorporate the letter that was received from the county in the application outlining their requirements, because it's stated in there, as we discussed, they're not going to allow the landowner to put the sewer line across any county property. And so that means it's going to have to be in the right of way, and I'm not sure how legally they'll go across the bridge. I would have to assume that's going to be DOT approval. I don't know. But with the restrictions the county has placed on that piece of property, I think that it's imperative that that is part of that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Mayor, as I mentioned earlier, we did provide a copy of that letter to the owner of the property. We did have these discussions about those stipulations that were in the letter. We did discuss with the applicant the need to obtain whatever approval they would need from Georgia DOT for the work that they would have to do in the right of way. We believe that he would have to actually bore under, I believe that's Mossy Creek, rather than going across the bridge. He would need to have a grinder pump that he, on his property that would be used to essentially force this to a higher, to the sewer line that we have, which is a higher elevation. And we went through all of that detail with him and his representative, Mr. Bryan. I don't have a problem with doing what we need to do to make sure that is explicitly clear by adding those. But we have gone through all of those with the owner and the applicant.
Thank you. Mr. Gilmore, do you have any additional thoughts? No. Ms. Newby, does this need to be incorporated in the public hearing, this conversation?
I think that's fine, it's part of the conversation relative to a first reading of an ordinance. We can still have the first reading tonight. If there are any additional conditions that you're wishing to impose on the actual annexation of the property, besides the water and sanitary sewer service, the condition, and Brian can correct me on this, but indicates that it has to be at the sole expense of the property owner. If there are additional conditions that the county has indicated, in addition to that, then we would just have to have an additional reading, because our current first reading only addresses the one condition.
Mr. Gilmore, do you think the county's letter would be additional conditions, or would it just be a discussion of their concerns?
Well, I think based on the information that Mr. Wood had given, in this particular case, it should be satisfactory. They've been advised and everything. However, I do think that in the future, unless we have some type of issue, these items do need to be included. Because as the city continues to grow with its annexation and everything, there are going to be concerns from the House and County Board of Commissioners, or possibly other members as well, relative to that. And I would hate to see us in a position later on where the applicant or petitioner has suddenly forgotten all this type of stuff, and we wind up in a conflict with the Board of Commissioners relative to that. I don't think this is necessarily the case this time, but just something I think we need to keep in mind in the future. And also, kind of going the other way, if there are conditions or requirements that the county is indicating that we don't think is appropriate, that we don't include that.
The county did not actually concur, as I understand, on this. They just gave a neutral position.
Yes, Mayor. As I understand it, the county had a motion to non-concur, which failed for lack of a second, I believe. And then there was a motion to concur, which also failed for lack of a second. And therefore, because there was no action, it automatically came forward as send a letter indicating that what had occurred, and indicated a list of several conditions that they had or recommendations. I don't remember exactly how they were stated. And then there was a follow-up letter after that that included an additional 1 or 2 conditions. And as I mentioned, that was provided to the owner and applicant.
Thank you. Ms. Newby, anything that we need to do on this one to ensure that we've covered the bases?
I think everything's been covered in the public hearing. I think that we can have the first reading as it stands, and then I can get copies of those letters that may include any conditions from the county, and then if it's something that needs to be incorporated into our ordinance, we can do that, and then it would just require an amended first reading. So what would be your second reading would be the amended first reading. It will just take one additional reading after that for it to be passed.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll address that with the attorney, city attorney, if we can. Item 8 is review of the minutes. 8A, council members, you've been provided with minutes for the November 16, 2021 pre-council meeting and November 16, 2021 council meeting. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve these minutes as presented. Motion and a second. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes that anyone would like to make to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes as written, please raise your right hand. Please let the record show that the minutes were approved unanimously. Item 9 is old business. 9A is ordinances for the second reading and adoption. 9A1 is the second reading on ordinance amending section 1-13 and 4-1.1D to address self-service vending machines. Mr. Wood.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance is to define self-storage vending unit in the definition section of the land management ordinance, and then under the prohibited uses section, listing that as a prohibited use. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the text amendment.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wood. Council members, any questions relative to this ordinance? Is there anyone here that would like to address mayor and council at this time relative to this ordinance? Thank you. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the ordinance on the self-service vending machines as presented by Mr. Wood. Motion and a second. Second. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Please let the record show that the ordinance was approved unanimously. 9B is special events application for Peaches to Beaches event. Mr. Gilmore.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, you have been requested to issue a special events permit to the Perry Lions Club for their, it's become now annual Peaches to Beaches event. Administration would recommend to you approve that application subject to those conditions that have been presented to you by myself.
Questions, council members? Hearing none, at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the special events application for Peaches to Beaches event with the conditions outlined by Mr. Gilmore. The motion is second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show that the application was approved unanimously. Thank you, council. Item 10 is any other old business. 10A is any old business from the mayor. I have none. Any old business from the city council members? Dr. Albritton? Mayor Pro Tem? No. Mr. Hunt? Mr. Peterson? Mr. King? Thank you. Is there any old business from the city attorney, Ms. Newby? Is there any old business from the city manager, Mr. Gilmore? No, sir. And Mr. Smith is absent. Thank you. 11 is new business. 11A are matters referred from the December the 6th, 2021 work session and the December the 7th, 2021 pre-council meeting. Mr. Gilmore, my records indicate that we have nothing coming from either of those meetings.
That is correct.
Thank you. 11B is a special exception application 269-2021. This is the application for Mr. Brown, as I understand it.
That's correct, Mayor.
Voting on that. So this is the one that's the request for allowing a parking lot. So, council members, at this time, I'll entertain a motion that outlines your desires.
Mayor, I move that we approve the special exception application.
Is that with the conditions outlined?
Yes, with the conditions outlined by Mr. Wood, yes.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show that the special exception was approved unanimously. Thank you, council. 11C are ordinances for the first reading and introduction. 11C1 is the first reading of an ordinance for the annexation of property to the city of Perry. The property is located at 90 Amherst Street. The tax map number is 0000530 046000, and I'm assuming that we're going to do both parcels here? Or do we have to have a separate reading? Huh? Yes.
You can do that.
Do both. So the second number is 00053005900. Mr. Wood, any additional comments? No, sir. This is the first reading of this ordinance, so no action is required by council at this time. 11C2 is the first reading of an ordinance for the rezoning of property from R-2 County, single-family residential district, to R-1 City, single-family residential. The property is located at 90 Amherst Street. The tax map number is 00053046000 and 00053005900. Mr. Wood, any comments? No, sir. This is the first reading of this ordinance, so there is no action required by the council this evening. Item 11C3 is the first reading of an ordinance for the annexation of property to the city of Perry. The property is located on Houston Lake Road. The tax map number is 00081010800. Mr. Wood? Nothing further. Nothing further. This is the first reading of this ordinance, and no action is required by the council at this time. 11C4 is the first reading of an ordinance for the rezoning of property from R-AG County Agricultural Residential District to R-1 City Single-Family Residential District. The property is located on Houston Lake Road. The tax map number is 00081010800. Mr. Wood? Nothing further. Okay. Council members, this is the first reading of this ordinance, and no action is required this evening. 11C5 is the first reading of an ordinance amending the FY 2021 operating budget. Mr. Gilmore?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and council, the purpose of this ordinance is to amend the FY 2021 operating budget to reflect the actual conditions as determined by the auditors, and we recommend that you adopt it when appropriate.
Any questions, council members? This is the first reading of this ordinance, so no action is required this evening. 11C6 is the first reading of an ordinance amending FY 2022 operating budget. Mr. Gilmore?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and council, the purpose of this ordinance is to adjust our current fiscal year budget, normally referred to as the midterm adjustment, relative to actual revenues and expenditures and actions that have been approved by council in the fiscal year so far this year.
Council members, this is the first reading of this ordinance, and no action is required by the council at this time. 11D are awards of bids. 11D1 is bid number 2022-14, Community Development Parking Lot Paving. Mr. Worthington?
Thank you, Mayor. This bid is to pave the parking lot at our community development building, also known as the Planning, Engineering, and Building Services Building at 741 Main Street. Funding is available to do this in the General Capital Projects Fund. It's a fairly standard bid process. We received 4 bids ranging from $63,416.25 to $88,440. Staff's recommendation would be to award this to the lowest responsive bidder, who was Sam Paul and Sons, and once again, that was in the amount of $63,416.25.
Questions, council? Hearing none, at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve this bid as outlined by Mr. Worthington. Motion and second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show the bid was approved unanimously. Item 11D2 is bid number 2022-15. This is the paving of Halfley Park parking lot. Mr. Worthington.
Thank you, Mayor. Once again, this is a fairly standard bid process. Funding is available in the 2018 SPLOST Fund. We received 4 bids ranging from $70,371.25 to $95,785. Staff recommendation would be to award this to the lowest responsive bidder, who once again was Sam Hall and Sons, and that was in the amount of $70,371.25.
Questions, council members? Hearing none, at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the bid as outlined by Mr. Worthington. Motion and second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show that the bid was approved unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worthington. 11E is resolutions for consideration and adoption. 11E1 is a resolution amending the City of Perry position classification plan. Mr. Gilmore.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, in your packet is a resolution to amend the position classification plan to provide for the adjusted duties for the special events administrator, which is now going to be a manager because of having staff reporting to her. We recommend to you to adopt.
Questions, council members? Hearing none, at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution as outlined by Mr. Gilmore. Motion and a second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show that the resolution was approved unanimously. 11F is the second amendment to the intergovernmental contract with the Perry Public Facility Authority to amend the project description of Series 2019 bonds. Ms. Newby.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, you may recall earlier this year we amended the same project description for the 2019 series bonds to include the gas line service and connections along Houston Lake Road because there was some funding still available because some previous projects from that bond issue came in under budget. This request is the same thing coming to you. We're asking for an amendment to the intergovernmental contract with the Perry Public Facilities Authority, amending the project description to allow the remaining funds that are available from this 2019 issue to go towards the project of the acquisition and renovation of the old courthouse or the Houston County Government Building. And this is since the renovation cost or the cost estimate have been higher than what was originally estimated.
Thank you, Ms. Newby. Council members, any questions relative to this amendment? Hearing none, at this time I will entertain a motion to approve the second amendment as outlined by Ms. Newby. Motion and second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Please let the record show that the amendment was approved unanimously. Thank you, Ms. Newby. Item 12 are council member items. Dr. Albright. Mayor Pro Tem Tillman. Mr. Hunt. Ms. Peterson.
Just a couple of things. I'm sorry that Mr. Brown already left. I just wanted to commend him for the things that he said to council tonight that was so refreshing to hear him talk about, his desire to build his business and to do the right thing. And it was just so encouraging to hear someone like him share all of that with us, and I appreciated it. The other thing was I wanted to congratulate Chief Lynn on that
crew of new trainees. Wow, what impressive resumes they all had. That's just great for us. So that's some first-class recruiting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. King? Mr. Gilmore?
Nothing.
Ms. Newton? Thank you. Item 13 is department head items. Ms. King?
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Worthington?
One item for Mayor and Council. You may remember at a previous meeting, you all approved the paddy wagon to be surplus. It is currently on the GovDeals website if anyone's interested in owning that asset. I will tell you though, it's beyond all expectations. As of 10 minutes ago, it was already up to $2,000. So if you're interested though, I'll be happy to forward you away.
Amazing. Market. Mr. Wood?
Yes, sir, Mayor, I do have one item for Mayor and Council. You may remember Council transferred the ownership of the property at 203 South Street to the Houston County Land Bank to address that property. We are closing on that property tomorrow, so we'll be moving that into private hands and receiving some funds for that. So, good. Just want to let you know.
We'll also provide some funding for the, the land bank to move forward and do other great things too.
Correct.
Super. Glad to hear that. Chief?
Just one brief thing, Mayor. Thanks to you and the council for letting these new employees come before you and be recognized, and for taking the time to recognize Officer Scott as well. He's been with us less than a year, so they're all pretty new. But I think it's good that y'all take the time out of your schedule to let them see who you are and for you to see who they are. And I'm happy that we do that as a city. That's all I have.
Thanks, Chief. Chief Parker?
Yes, Mayor, just one quick reminder for you and council, anybody out there watching on social media, the ISO class did drop to a class 3 as of December 1st, and I encourage everyone to check with their insurance provider to see if their premiums may be lowered.
Okay, thank you. Always like to save money. Mr. Swan?
No, sir.
Ms. Fitzner? Ms. Warren, anything from the city clerk's office? Ms. Clark, I understand you got some entertainment for us this evening.
We're going to try.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I just want to give you a quick update on several communication holiday initiatives that we have going on currently. As you can see on the screen, every year we do a Christmas holiday light hunt. It is very popular every year. Last year, I believe we've got 3,000 views on our map. This map for this year has been up for about 2 weeks now. Currently we have 26 locations on the map. 11 of those locations were submitted by Perry residents. So on social media as well as on the website, we encourage those that would like to feature their Christmas lights or their holiday light displays to submit their address if they like, or submit pictures. So that way families in the community who want to go light hunting know where to go. So right now we have a little over 1,300 views for 2 weeks. So we're hoping as the season continues to draw closer that we have even more views there. So we're very excited about that. The next one, I'll talk a little bit about Annie, and then you can... Cake, double cake.
Loathe entirely.
Assaulted your ears. That was our holiday trash promo. What we decided to do, instead of talk a little bit about trash in a normal way, about breaking down your boxes and having loose trash, thank you, Manny, for turning that down, we decided we try to make it as fun as possible so we have more engagement and people actually listening to the message. So this year we decided to go with a very popular Grinch movie quote about hating the different types of things that solid waste sees. Very special thanks to Ansley as well as Thomas Lassiter for being my models and always going along with my harebrained ideas. This video actually just scheduled to post about 7 o'clock this evening, so hopefully we got a lot of good engagement on it. Give people a laugh, but also get the message out that our solid waste department would appreciate people unpacking their boxes as well as bagging their trash. So I'll talk a little bit about this next one. The last one that I have for you tonight, as Jasmine mentioned earlier, is the Story Walk promotional video that we did to promote the event this weekend. This was filming Jasmine as well as Carla Thorpe, who's with the House and County Board of Education, to promote this weekend's Story Walk. So we're hoping this video was as successful as the last one was. And this video is going to post tomorrow, as well as throughout the rest of the week to try to make sure that people know what's going on and that we can have a successful event like the last time. So.
Hi everybody, I'm Carla Thorpe with the House and County Board of Education, here with my friend Jasmine Thomas from the city of Perry, and we're here to invite you to our holiday story walk taking place this weekend in historic downtown Perry, December 10th through the 12th. The Holiday Story Walk is a sweet, festive story about a little bear who is super excited about Christmas coming.
So you guys are going to come downtown Perry. You'll start at 10053 Vernon Street, and you'll walk along our downtown streets. When you make a stop at each location and read your page, it'll tell you where to go to next, so don't worry. After you complete the story walk, when you make it to your last stop, you will scan a QR code, answer a few questions, and you'll be entered to win a cool prize. We look forward to seeing you here in historic downtown Perry.
So that's some of our many communication initiatives that we have going on, especially for our holiday season and events. And we're hoping that by promoting them in a fun and unique way, we'll continue our citizen engagement here in Perry.
Thank you, Ms. Clark. I appreciate all the hard work you guys are doing. Ms. Harden.
I do have a couple updates. They're not as entertaining as Tabitha's, but they're exciting for me, so I'll try to be brief. I just wanted to let Mayor and Council know that effective November 29th, we did close the 2 state loan programs that we obtained for the Muse Theater. We had to wait until the certificate of occupancy, but that was for $320,000. It was gap financing per the bank. They couldn't purchase the building. So as a clarification, based on some of the discussion last night, when we do see Georgia City's Loan Foundation, which that was the first one we've ever done, and when we do the downtown revolving loan funds that are called DDRLFs, which that's only the second one that we've closed, and that program did start in 1999, so we have another one on Commodore buildings. We've done 3 in 18 months. Then the city does vote on the resolution in support of it. So when you had made reference to vote that in the Commodore building last night, that's what that is. And I would anticipate that next year, for some more help for downtown development projects, that we will see some more resolutions come before this council from the DDA. So I just wanted to give you all an update on that. The Muse Theater will have a ribbon cutting in January, and I'm sure that Jasmine will send you guys all calendar invites once it gets closer next year. And then just another item as a follow-up to Brian's announcement about the closing at 203 South Street. We're very excited about it because that property has not been on the property tax rolls in probably over 30 years. The business purchasing it is out of Fort Valley. He's been a good company for 11 years, and he's excited to be in Perry. He's looking for a Perry location. His realtor actually found the property on our Sites and Buildings database. So, you know, he offered asking prices, paying the closing costs, and he does plan on spending about $250,000 renovating and rehabbing that property, and he will have job creation, so he will also qualify for our State Opportunity Zone tax credit program, which is kind of like a grant program. He'll have up to $35,000 withholding over a 5-year period. So I'm excited about that and just wanted to give you all those updates.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Did I miss anybody? Item 14 are general public items. Is there anybody here in the general public who would like to address council at this time? Thank you. Item 14 is the mayor's items. I just remind everybody that our next meeting is December the 20th at 5 p.m. It'll be our work session. It'll be here in this building at 5 o'clock. And then our next regular scheduled council meeting will be December the 21st, 2021. Our pre-council meeting will be at 5 o'clock and our council meeting will start at 6 o'clock. And the council meeting is required because we have a number of second readings that have to be done in a time frame, so we will be meeting at minimum on the pre-council and council. I guess the work session, we'll see what kind of items we have coming forward if that's required. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting. All in favor?